What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.com, the place you go when you want action-packed content related to helping you grow your app downloads and, more importantly, obviously, your revenue. And today, we're going to talk about how this guest that I've known since he was in college, since he was a little baby, has now changed his model from really exclusively doing paid apps to now a very successful subscription app. We're going to hear all about his journey, where he first started, the revenue numbers, and where he is at today. So without further ado, all the way in Germany, my friend, Marco. Welcome, Marco. I'm not even going to attempt to try to say your last name.
Yeah, hey all, I'm Marco Wenisch, and I'm glad to be here today and talk about some app stuff.
Yeah, Marco, I wanted to share this. It's not going to show up well, but I wanted to share this photo of us. This is like, doesn't show up well, but here's Marco. This is the first event I did in Las Vegas in 2017. And I think it was 2017. But anyways, Marco, I met you. I was looking back at our emails like February 2017. So young. Look at you right here. Barely any facial hair. All right.
The good old times.
The good old times, my friend. All right, Marco. So lead it off. Like, where did you start off with your app journey and so some of the apps that you were building?
Yes, so when I first started with my apps, I was paying a developer like $5,000 to make my first app. And then it was like completely failing. I made like $10 the first month and then 50. And then I was like on the decision to stop it or just do more apps. And I decided to do more apps. But because I didn't have any money left, I just had to learn it myself, the coding. So I went into coding and did some apps myself. And yeah, then it started to become like a kind of small business. I made a couple of $100 a month. And then I was working there for 2 years on the side while still being in college. And yeah, then the time was right to contact Steve. And I stumbled across his website and just thought about, yeah, okay, just contact this guy. And we had a nice call. Steve told me some cool tricks about ASO and like that I should use Apple search ads and start advertising the app. And this really was the point to change my app business from like a side business to a really growing business. So I was making 500 before I contacted Steve, and then it grew up to $10,000 a month. The next month after that. And also Steve was like, why you don't join us in that Las Vegas event, the App Masters Retreat? And yeah, I was like, why not? I just booked the flight. And then I met Steve in person. It was awesome. And yeah, I met lots of great app entrepreneurs there and have good friends with them now. Yeah, so that is how all started. And yeah, since then, when I started, I had just paid apps. So yeah, people just paid one time and they got the app forever. And yeah, everyone was telling me make a subscription model out of it because it's much better. And finally I did it. And yeah, now my app is making 6 figures a year in terms of revenue. And I don't really have lots of costs because the app is mostly done, just a little bit maintenance cost. And yeah, of course, some ad spend, but it's making really great revenues for me. And I'm not sure if I could achieve this without Steve's help and all the people I met during Steve's events. So, yeah.
I'm sure you could have, but thank you for that, Marco. Hey, Marco, just be careful with that pen. I'm kind of picking up the noise, but you know, our good friend Mary's here too. She said hi, Rassi. So
hi, Mary.
Andy, what's happening? Yeah, we've been able to hang out. It's been so cool to just have a little OG crew that, you know, we've gotten to really done. My son, he said I'm late by 2 minutes. Thank you. All right. Hey, Rassi, hope you didn't get off guard. How about you? What's your story? Oh, okay. They're talking to each other. Cool. Hey, Marco, one of the things I want to highlight when you just had those paid apps, because one of the strategies that, you know, you've come back and shared for us during some of the summits that we've done, you said you were running search ads for these paid apps. You want to talk about that strategy there a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So I had those paid apps, so it was very obvious how my revenue was per download. And then I just simply started the search ads trying to get the most relevant keywords, and it really, it worked quite well. I mean, I have to say it was in the beginning of search ads, and now it's maybe more people are doing it, so it probably costs more right now to run the search ads, but you could still try to make some budget and then focus on your most relevant keywords with search ads. Because I noticed that it doesn't really help if you you copy and paste 200 keywords in the search ads campaign. That won't really help, but focusing on the most relevant keywords where you are ranking good already can really make an impact, and also boost your keywords in the organic rankings.
I like it. All right, I want to say some hi to some people. Romaine's here. What's happening? Lovish is here. And then Lovish was asking, hey, Marco, where can we take the free source code? Is there a place where you can get some source code?
So I didn't really look for free source code. I built all my apps from scratch, but now I changed it from building the apps myself to just hiring people. And it's really not that expensive to hire good developers to bring your app to life. So I would try that.
Yeah, I like it. And what I can say to you, Lovish, is that sometimes if you're using like Swift, or I use this thing called Corona that was built on Lua, they had some sample code. And so I used that sample code to build my first app. I sort of revised it, modified a photo gallery sample code app to do a flashcard app, because it was like, oh, duh, makes sense, right? Like you tap here, and instead of like play an audio, tap on the bottom, play an audio, they already built in the swipe feature. So I kind of hacked that together. So that's one way that you can do it. And I'm sure Flutter and all these guys have sample code that you can use to do it too. All right. Celtic Whispers. Happy Friday, y'all. Marco, what does that mean?
Wie geht's, Marco? How are you?
Oh, wie geht's? Okay.
Wie geht's gut.
He's in Ireland. I know that.
Nice.
Ya says, hey, Steve, I have a new app and I want to promote it. What is the best place to start? Yeah, it really depends on the app. So tell me a little bit more about the app, and then maybe we can go into details. Okay. And Marco, the other thing I want to ask you is, when you made that shift to do the subscription app that you have now, how did you go about promoting it? How did you go about launching it?
Yeah, so when I first started the shift, I wasn't sure about if it would work. So I kept my paid app and had 2 apps at the time. So I simply made a refreshed version of the app I had, and then put it for free with the subscription. So this way I still had both apps. So if the subscription app would fail, it's not that important for me. And then I firstly focused on the ASO again, like keyword rankings, and then running search ads again. Yeah, so I'm mostly focusing on the ASO, and then also some Facebook ads.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like with Facebook ads, it's quite nice. You can try a lot in terms of creative, and also if you run Facebook ads in very small countries, it also helps you to boost your ASO and the ranking in general. Because like if Apple sees you get a lot of downloads, like from any source like Facebook, they just boost all the keyword rankings a little bit, and then you can work from that.
I love that. What were you, because your app is so niche, right? Like, and I can pull it up if you want me to pull it up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Show it.
So were you running, was it a paid version of this app, or was this always the subscription app?
I run the ads for both kinds of apps, but Facebook ads, they did not really work for paid apps. So okay. I just did it for the free app then afterwards.
Well, I was trying to say, like, this Taculator app, was it paid prior and then you switched to subscription? Because I know you had some other paid apps. I know a little bit about your story, obviously, but like, I know you had some other paid apps. So were those apps, and this Taculator launched as a completely subscription-based app?
Yeah, the Taculator launched as a completely new app for free with subscriptions.
Got it. Okay. With Facebook, because it's so niche, right? Like, obviously you're targeting students. Is that how you sort of targeted people on Facebook?
Yeah, I started with just using students as a target. And I also tried some niche targeting, like picking up some schools and target those people. But in the end, what I noticed was if I just don't do any location settings or demographics, it somehow worked best in terms of cost per install. So I think Facebook just optimizes it itself, and they have all the data. So it can also work if you just don't do any targeting, and Facebook will find it out.
Really? So, but you put it like a CPA goal, and then you just didn't do any targeting whatsoever?
Not really a CPM goal. I just run the ads, trying to focus on the creatives.
Nice.
And try some of those.
All right, then 2 follow-up questions. Which creatives work the best, and what budget did you start off with?
So the creative that worked best was actually the simplest creative. So one creative I used was I had the iPhone with the app open, and besides it was a kind of classic calculator. So it really showed like, okay, this app is just like the calculator on the phone. And that worked the best in the end.
I like that.
And I also tried videos where I showed some functions and how to use the app, but it didn't work that well compared to the image. Even though everybody says video works best usually, for me it was the image that won.
Yeah, nice, Marco. I love it. And then budget-wise?
Yeah, so usually I start with $5 or $10 per ad set. And then if it works, I increase it, or I just duplicate the ad set. It's also for me, it always feels like I'm not sure what's the best way in terms of the scaling.
Yeah.
But usually I just try different creatives and make some tweaks, and then just make new ad sets with new budget. So to add up the budget in the end.
Were you doing like, what's the monthly budget? Like were you just doing like 5 to 10 day, $5 to $10 a day? I forgot what you said, 10, 25 maybe, but what was like the overall monthly budget that you were spending?
Usually when I did Facebook ads, I really focused on the Facebook ads, and then I think the budget was maybe 5 to 10,000 a month.
Wow. Okay.
Because I wanted to concentrate the downloads to also boost the keyword rankings. I think it's better if you get a high number of downloads over a few days compared if you get like very few downloads like each day all year long that don't really trigger the algorithm of the App Store. So I always wanted to have lots of downloads coming in for a shorter period of time. And also I didn't want to wait so long to see the results, so I just made higher budgets. And there are some months where I don't run any ads, like in summer when like when the holidays are, I don't run lots of ads. And then I start really hard in August and September to run ads again when everybody needs a calculator in school. So it always depends on the time of the year for me.
Hey, Marco, was the Facebook strategy more so to drive downloads or were you like tracking revenues and were you trying to get a positive ROAS? What was your thinking behind that? Like initially, maybe it was just to drive downloads, and then were you then starting to track, all right, these are positive ROAS type of campaigns now?
Yeah, so first I was focusing on the installs itself. But then also because I had a 7-day trial, I had always to wait 7 days to see if people convert.
Yeah.
And then later on, I really also looked about if the ads are profitable in terms of dollars. And for me, it was like my app had lots of traffic in the USA, but not so much in other countries. So like I had almost 0 downloads in some countries. So I knew all the installs were coming from Facebook. So it was easy to track the results for me also.
Nice. How long did it take for you to start seeing that revenue come in and get to that, let's say that first 1,000 and then ultimately, to above 10,000?
You mean from ads or from
subscriptions? Like how long did it take you to get that first 1,000 in revenue for subscriptions?
It took not too much.
Nice, man.
I launched my app during the summer before the school year started. And then once we hit September, when everybody went to school again and was a need for a calculator, really lots of people signed up for the subscription, and then it was getting rolling. So
Nice.
the app was making money from that point.
All right, Marco, we got some questions for you. You ready for it?
Yeah,
They're
of
lining
course.
up. All right. All right. Ram says, Marco, I tried some search ads, got very few installs versus downloads. Any way to improve that?
Yeah, I would try to find the keywords where your app ranks quite good already. Because usually if your app doesn't rank at all for some keywords, it's always more expensive, and Apple also sometimes don't even shows your app to users. So I would try those with higher volume, those keywords. And maybe there are also some services to boost the keyword rankings together with search ads, and that helped me also to improve my organic rankings overall.
I like it. Okay. Sagi's here. Hi, Sagi. Marco. Rassi said, wow, 500 to 10,000. Is the app available on all platforms, Android and iOS?
So my first apps were available on both Android and iOS. But compared to iOS, like I made on Android only maybe 5% of the revenue on iOS. So I focused on iOS the past years and didn't release new Android apps. But now I want to get back to Android again, and I'm currently working on bringing my calculator to Android, and then I'll see how that goes. But iOS was always a lot higher in revenue for me.
Marco, I just want to say, like, congrats, dude. Like going from, just 500 a month to now spending $5,000 to $10,000 a month on Facebook. That's amazing, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I'm always jealous of you when I see your photos on Instagram. You're in South Africa just a month ago or so. The good stuff, man. Living the life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lavish says, how we assign the good developers and from where? Good developers are everywhere. B7 Dev is our sponsor, and I've known Haim for so long. So go check them out if you want to find good developers. But, Upwork, B7 Dev, check them out. Do you have any tips that you want to provide for this?
Yeah, usually if I think the idea is quite simple, I just go to Upwork and make a job post and then see whoever replies.
Mm-hmm.
But also you can ask different app entrepreneurs about good agencies. And so this is how I found my first agency to develop the calculator, because of one guy from the App Masters Retreat, CJ, told me about the team. And then also, also Mary was, I think, working with them. So I knew they were quite well to make a long-term project. But for short-term apps, I would just use Upwork, and you can hire pretty much everyone. They will able to be to do it.
CJ's in Spain now. I just talked to him a couple of weeks ago. It was good catching up with him too.
Yeah, I hope I can visit him someday.
Yeah, me too. Gonzalo's out in Spain as well. Bianca, how's it going? And then Mark says, hey, Steve, in your keywords on iOS, is there a difference between writing, for example, rain sounds instead of rain sounds? Are you more likely to rank for rain sounds using the first? Marco, I've never done tests that way. I know other people have done this. So instead of like in the keywords, you put a comma in between the phrase that you want to do. I've always just put a comma, but I've never tested not putting a comma. I think I might have done it once, but it didn't make a huge difference. Have you tested anything like that?
Yeah, I tested it a couple of times, but didn't really see a difference.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, good to know. And Mark, like somebody I was talking to ranks really well for a very competitive term, and he was like repeating all that. And so he did both. He did rain, space sounds, and then comma, rain, comma, sounds. I did that too. It really depends on the app, I feel like. So if you're starting to rank well, then great. But if not, then it doesn't work. Steve's here. Hey, Steve. He's in the elite group as well. And Tibris is here. Marco, could you share your conversion rate?
Actually, I don't know it right now, but it usually wasn't really that high. So it always depends on the app. Like it can be you pay very less for an impression, and then if you have a low conversion rate, it's still good. But it can also be it's quite high, and then you need higher conversion rates. But for my app, it was usually kind of low, and I think it's because lots of students are around there with who are quite cheap to acquire. So the app gets shown to lots of people as a cheap cost, and then it always, as students are lazy, they don't download the calculator app that often. Yeah, so for me, it was kind of low, the conversion rate.
We've got some more questions, and we'll get into the app audit as well. All right. Kalyani says, I'm new to Facebook ads. How does it work? If I only have an iOS app, do the ads get shown on Android only? Would it benefit me to show? No, Kalyani, you can, it's each ad group is for a platform. So you just target iOS users. You have to pick the app, and it's normally iOS or Google Play or whatever it is. And then it only targets those particular users. So anything you want to add on to that, Marco?
No, it's exactly how you described it, Steve.
Yeah. So what Mark, like go back, rewind it a little bit. Marco gave you some great advice on how he set up his first campaigns, but it's per app. So if you want to do a Google Android app, you have to create a new ad group and then target Android as well. Okay. Rassi says $10,000. Did you reinvest that money you made within the app, or was it straight from your pocket? Well, you're making money off the paid apps too, right? So.
Yes, so I usually only reinvest the money I'm making, and usually if you just use it from your pocket, then you should really see the results after 1 month, and then you can reinvest it.
Dayani asks, have you had to make any changes on your apps or ad campaigns to prepare for the iOS 14 update?
So far, I did not really change a lot. I never used something like Adjust or AppsFlyer because it seemed too expensive for me. Yeah. The thing was always I had very low cost per installs because the students are quite cheap to get. And then it was kind of expensive to get something like Adjust. So I was more focusing on the overall revenue of the app to see if it's profitable or not. And I didn't really have the exact data, but now it's also getting more difficult to get the exact data. Mm-hmm. So I just continue how I did it before.
Yeah, sort of like manual tracking, right? So one thing I will say is I just found this out too, Marco. AppsFlyer has a free plan. So if you guys want to go check it out, go check out AppsFlyer. They do have a free plan now, because I was talking to somebody who was just doing it on the side. I was like, what the hell? How are you using AppsFlyer? He's like, there's a free plan. I was like, holy cow.
Nice.
So definitely check that out. And then Revenue Cat, I just learned that they do have some subscription ad management. So when you launch your Android app, if the person already paid on iOS, the subscription will still live. They can still access the premium features on Android, and he's on the free plan too. So Revenue Cat for that. But I just found that out too, Mark. I was like, what? AppsFlyer is free. So definitely check that out.
Good news.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's take I know there's a few more questions, and I'll get to it in a little bit, but let's take a look at the apps. You want to do that? We've got, let's see, Youries. I don't know the person's name, but we've got this app, and I'm going to share my screen because I never do it. Whoops, my bad. There you go. All right, we got this app. Marco, impressions are high, but conversions is low. Do we have any problems with, I'm just saying SS, which is probably short description? I don't know. Title or screenshots, title or description. Okay. And should we add an app video? All right, let's figure this out. What do you think, Marco? You want to lead?
Yeah, what I thought about the app icon looks really nice. And also screenshots look like good quality overall. But what I didn't really get was, how does the app help myself if I discover my persona? So I also used the app, but I didn't really know how does it really benefit me as a user if I use it or even know my persona afterwards. Maybe put some phrases like how it helps the user as a title or on the screenshots. Mm-hmm. Maybe then people they see, oh, if I use that app, this will help me in that term. So that's what I thought.
Agreed. And I kind of feel the same way. Let's go to their website and see. I have no idea what this app is about. Okay, it looks like they make apps, so nothing I can find there. That's the one, Fatih. I think I'm saying that right. I love the screenshots. I think the words on the screenshots just need to change. I have no idea what your app is all about. Discover your persona. I don't know why I want to discover my persona, but like, why do I want to discover my persona, right? Like, there's astrology out there, there's psychics out there, there's a reason for, so figure out why I want to discover that. Is this a self-care app? Is this a personality test? Like, who do you work with the most? I've taken those tests, like personality tests, you know, like you're blah, blah, blah. And then you work with better with these people. And so you're like, how do I compliment myself? That's more of a business thing. And so I don't know if that's what your app does, but that's sort of my feedback is the design looks great, but the words just need to improve. And I think this is a wasted opportunity, the second screenshot, because it's like discover 9 stories and choose yours. I have no idea what that means. Like, learn more about yourself. Okay, but why? Like, I get it, but I guess, you know, so I don't know if it's a self-care, and then the title and the subtitle, they don't really have good keywords that I would be trying to rank for, unless persona and personality are the 2 I find. But yeah, that's my feedback on this.
Yeah, also that's what I thought. And the subtitle is really using lots of words I think nobody would search for, like unlock and your, or even champs is also nothing someone would search for. Yeah, so that could also help. And in the app, I noticed something, like in the end, it shows you some books and movies for your persona.
Okay, let's take a look at the app.
Yeah.
Make this go away. I've got the app. See if we can find more. Again, this discover your 9 story. I don't know what that means. Okay, but we'll go with it. It's too wordy in my eye. Like, it's hard to read, and I would get lazy because my mind is already tired. Like, put a title, in my opinion, to be like, you know, mission driven. Right here, I have the confidence, love. So number 2. Number 3, I want to make sure that my life is a success. So success, right? I'm willing to unveil high personal and potentially shameful things about myself because I'm determined to understand the truth of my experience. You know, self-awareness. So then I can read more about it, right? Like self-awareness. I tap in and blah, blah. So anyways, I'm going to put mission for myself. Is this how you speak? Start. I don't know what this means. Well, I think I am precise. I don't know. I don't even get to pick this. Look at that. Oh, it's asking if I speak like that. Yeah, I guess so. What? Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
whatever.
kind of like that.
Hey, Marco, I'm like Confucius. There you go.
Nice. I think I got the same when I tried it out.
Hey, cool. See, we knew we were brothers for life. All right.
Yeah. Well, I thought here on that page, like the movies and books, the developer could make it clickable, so it opens Amazon or something, where the user can buy it with an affiliate code.
When I click on it?
Yeah, like right now it doesn't do anything, but you could add like an affiliate code if someone clicks on it, so you can make even more money.
Oh, your blind spots criticize too much, so I would know. And then I guess this is an in-app purchase. So I get stuck, unlock all 9 stories, but I don't even know what I'm getting for what the 9 stories mean. I think you just have a, like, why would I use this app type of thing? And then if you just keep asking yourself why, rather than trying to be clever, this 9 story thing, maybe you're targeting people that I don't know anything about. But like, if you keep asking yourself why, you'll understand the messaging clearer if you do that. All right. Fatih. Okay. Marco, I forgot to do a dad joke. You ready for a dad joke?
For what?
A dad joke. A fun, you know, like a lame joke.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. I do this every week, so it's my fun. All right. Gotta be honest, they're not the strongest this week, but here we go. They renamed the charger. They renamed the charger for the iPhone. Now they just call it Apple Juice. All right. Again, not too strong, but hey, I'm gonna keep doing them. Got to keep going. Got to keep going.
It was okay.
Yeah, I know. All right, rank it 1 to 5. Usually, and you guys know if you guys been with us for a while, you know that 1 actually means awesome and 5 means horrible. But all right, let's get into some questions. All right.
3 I would give.
Ram says, is having a good landing page important for ASO? Marco?
Does it mean like on the App Store or inside the app, the landing page?
I think he means on the web. That's what I'm gonna guess, Ram.
Like on a additional website compared to the App Store.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for that, I think it's not that important. I usually have very basic landing pages for my app on the website. And I think it would even work without any website to have a good app.
Yeah, I agree. Unless you're trying to build something that, you have a blog post and it's an active website, there's really not that. We've seen very successful apps that are making money just link to a Facebook page, right? So not that important. Okay. Steve says, I've tried both ways on that, no difference. Okay, yeah, I think he's talking about the keyword stuff. Should we publish the Apple Watch and Apple TV apps? Is it worth spending time? What do you think, Marco?
I think it depends on the app, but I would just guess it's not that important for the overall success.
Great. Yeah. If you think it'll add value, do it. If you're just trying to do it for money, it's not going to do anything. All right. Celtic, can I ask about the new IDFA? I took the Facebook pixel out of my app as I hear a lot of mixed reports about it not working. Can I run a campaign without the pixel or should I put it back in?
Yeah, for me, also the Facebook pixel or SDK is not that exact in terms of the revenues. And if people get subscriptions, it often has wrong data for me. But I say for the installs, it's quite exact. So I still keep it in my app.
Yeah, the installs on Facebook?
Yeah.
And then what I would say too, who's asked this, Celtic, is that even with AppsFlyer, like a lot of our clients who use AppsFlyer adjust, like sometimes the reporting is really off on this. So just be careful. Like I think with Facebook, it's a self-attributing network. And so sometimes it might be a little bit higher than what Justin and all them might report back. But I would probably try to leave it in unless Apple says you can't put it in there as well. All right. And then Alex says, how did you plan an ad campaigns? Did you sequence things in particular way as the app was launched?
Not really, as a short version. First, when I started the app, I did only ASO, and then Facebook came to my strategy later on. And it depends also if your Facebook ads make a profit in the end. Like after 1 or 2 weeks, you should see something already. And if not, I would plan new ads again and try other stuff. Or even if it doesn't actually work, maybe also stop it and try other channels.
Yeah, I like that. I guess you were focused more on conversion rate too. Like, am I running these ads? Okay, I'm getting downloads and it's going to be good for ASO. So it's almost like upfront, you're making an investment in ASO because of the download volume that you're driving. But like, you also want to look at the conversion rates too, right, Marco? Like you're just like, hey, am I converting these downloads to users? If not, then maybe I should pause the campaigns and figure out how to convert more users.
Yeah, what I also did was, because like the data is usually not that exact, sometimes I simply pause everything and see how it goes without ads. So I have an understanding of what's really the like what's coming from Facebook or what would be there anyway.
I like it. All right. Bart says, Bart's flexing. Hello from Melbourne. Hey, Bart. My app is in the top 135 in the US in photo and video. Congrats. That's awesome.
Nice.
Bishwat, what's up? Marco, you remember that? I remember like it was Vegas probably. You were like number 40 some super high on paid apps. You remember that?
Yeah. Like at the best rank I think was 28 on all paid apps in the USA.
Yeah.
So that was really nice.
Okay, yeah, he was talking about his own app and own website, and it's not that important. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the next app. And before we do that, I got another dad joke for you guys. Here we go. Marco, why should you knock on your fridge before opening it? See, we should do the try
I
not
don't
to
know.
laugh challenge. Okay. Why should you knock on your fridge before opening it? Because there could be a salad dressing. All right. Let's get into
That one was better.
the other one was better.
No, this one was better.
Oh, okay, good. I like to build it up. All right, we got this app from Kostia. Okay, I think Kostia is better. All right, Kostia.
All right.
Floating stopwatch, free multitask timer. And they want to know about ASO, Marco. So let's get into this. I'm going to blow this up a little bit.
Yes, so my thoughts were in terms of screenshots.
Mhm.
They are quite straightforward already with the big stopwatch on the screen.
Mhm.
But maybe it would help to place like a kind of stopwatch icon on the screenshot, so it really is even more obvious than just the text and the digital numbers.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then the other thing I would say too is, having stopwatch is good. So maybe move that into the second or one of the first two. Like to Marco's point, Marco, you kind of mentioned that with the best performing Facebook ad was showing a literal calculator near your app and being like, oh, I get it. And I think it makes sense here too. And I would use, instead of allows multitasking, just put stopwatch with multitasking. And with Google, this was like a few years ago, they said, now, I don't think it's going to be a huge boost in your keyword rankings, but they did say that they are starting to index the keywords in your screenshots. So you want to definitely put good keywords in your screenshots too. It might just help, right? Like this, and it doesn't cost you anything. The other thing that I've been doing, Marco, is doing H2 tags, and we've seen pretty good. Now, again, it's not going to dramatically improve it, but it might make a difference is as you start trying to rank up. And, as Marco kind of alluded to, he was investing in the downloads, and then investing in those downloads helped him rank better for those keywords. And so having H2 tags in wrapping up the most important keywords that you want to target is going to be helpful for this. Now, again, Kostia, you're doing pretty well. 1 million downloads is not too shabby.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
Let's see, multitask timer. I think when I'm looking at this, I think if this is the main keyword that you're going for, congrats, you're number one. I think, but you probably want to go for stopwatch. Oh, you're up here. So one thing that I would try to is putting stopwatch first. So putting stopwatch that floats, whatever, right? And then unless floating stopwatch is a term that people search for, that's how I would try to rank better for stopwatch. As you can see with Google, the more important keywords, if you have it to your left, it's better. So besides this, I wonder how many downloads these guys are getting, but most of them start with stopwatch. And sometimes I even tried this, Marco, but I haven't seen too much success with it. 500,000. So here's what you should think about. Like, why are they beating you when they only have half of your downloads? I've even thought about like doing more of like a short app name on Google to test that. I haven't seen too much great results from it, but that's one thing worth testing because I think you want to rank better for stopwatch too. And there are ways that you can do that, Kostia. But yeah, you want to put stopwatch again. So multitask timer, a timer that floats, maybe a stopwatch that floats over your apps, right? And then what else with stopwatch do you want to rank for? I'm just going to assume that stopwatch. So stopwatch widget, right? This is what Google's auto suggesting. Now you guys can't see it that well, but I would probably put multitask timer or even put stopwatch timer with multitasking that floats over your apps or in notification. And that way you can start ranking for stopwatch better with that. So I would try that. All right. Anything else, Marco? Should we take a look at the app or let's see, how are we on time? Let me take a look.
Yeah,
all right, let's take.
You can take a look, but I think it's
pretty basic.
You mentioned most of the stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just a bunch of stopwatches. Sure. I have no idea how that works. The thing that I would say is, oh, cool. Oh, I like that. I don't know how you're making money. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Maybe only the ads in the app will
Yeah, I don't know how
make
they're
some
making money. So, Katya, like, I don't know how you're making money, but that's the one thing that I wanted to help you with, because it looked like you do have ads, or I mean, in-app purchases, but I can't find them. So, I think one thing I would say is maybe I can do it while going into here. Maybe there's some premium versions that we have to hit.
Maybe if you make 2 stopwatches or more, it will be premium.
There you go. Yeah, so I think what I would do is personally, yeah, I think this could be way. Oh, sorry, I'm not. You guys haven't even seen it. This could be better optimized. So you're right, Marco. Once I put the second one in, what I would do is the lifetime, make it higher, make it $9.99, because your monthly is $2.99, and most people are going to probably buy the lifetime anyways. So bump that up a little bit, just so people want the $10. It's useful. And then also show it, right? Like unlock all timers or have multiple timers rather than forcing this. I think, you want to put this page during the onboarding process. Go back to a couple of weeks of our YouTube live stream with Nick. We saw that the onboarding flow, the welcome flow, led to 63% of his in-app purchases. Now, he has in-app purchases just like you, more like non-consumables. But even with subscriptions, you'll find that more people are signing up during that welcome flow than you would think. So I would put some messaging on here, because it can get clearer with how to subscribe and get more people to want to subscribe. I get it. You're trying to be nice and be like, oh, well, I just want them to start using my app. But at the same time, like, you do want them, you're showing value, and it's a pretty darn good app anyways.
Yeah, also on my app, I used the onboarding flow to promote the in-app purchase.
Yeah.
And many users sign up during the onboarding.
There you go.
So it really works.
Yo. Facts. Okay.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Marco, is there any particular reason why you prefer Facebook ads over something like Google? I try Facebook, but mostly get an older generation. That's a good point, especially since your app skews very young.
Yeah, so with Facebook, I meant like Instagram plus Facebook, both platforms. And usually I get more traffic on Instagram. And Google I did not use so far because my app is only on Apple. And yeah, Google usually works better for Android apps. And I was seeing very high conversion rates when I tried Google Ads. And yeah, so I was sticking with Instagram and Facebook ads mostly.
Okay. And then Steven says, finally watching live. Well, welcome, Steven. Bianca, detecting a food theme with your dad jokes. Bianca, I just try to find the best, really. But and then Ryan's here. What's happening? Ryan's on Facebook. Google Play guideline, you only get 30 characters. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Good stuff, Ryan. You always know all the stuff, all the latest and greatest. I have to like run into it. I'm like, oh shoot, I'll put 50 characters.
Yeah,
and then be like, oh, it's only 30 now.
Yeah, should make an update.
Should have Ryan on every week. Give us the ASO news. Ryan. Okay, one last dad joke, and then we'll go last app, and then call it a day. All right. Marco, what color is the wind?
The wind, it's blue.
Yeah. It's blue. You're right. Blue. Oh, man. Stinky bell. There you go.
Was that the right answer?
That was the right answer, Marco. You jumped on my joke, man. You're supposed to always say, I don't know, Steve. What? All right. Last one, Marco. We had Ridhan for this particular app, and he's saying, give me feedback on UX and ways to monetize. All right. Well, we're just going to focus on that because we're running out of time, and I got to do a podcast episode after this. All right. Let's do it, Ridwan.
Yeah. It's a nice app when I tried it out.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's a trading card. You getting into the trading card community, Marco?
I never was really into it. I had some Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was very young, but not that crazy.
So again, I don't know if there is monetization on this. Let's take a look real quick if there's monetization.
Yeah, there should be an in-app purchase.
Yeah, there are some monetization. Again, you want to promote the monetization during this onboarding flow. What I don't like about this sequence is I would regurgitate what you are proposing in your screenshots, Ridwan. Like companion, explore all sets. You know, maybe this is what most people want to do. Keep track of your collection, right? Whereas I just jump in and it's like join community. I don't even have to join. I can hit explore.
Yeah,
too.
so that's also what I did. I went to explore straight after I opened it.
But, you know, you probably want them to join and allow them to X out if you don't need them to sign up. But getting them to join allows you to get some email addresses. And I know you're just doing Apple and I can hide my email address, but allows you to at least do some more additional marketing than, you know, allow me to explore. If you're going to allow me to explore, then that's great. But by having the onboarding flow to a couple of different screens, I would say 3 to 5 is good. It shows the different, you can promote the prices on here like this, right? So I don't know what I'm getting for buying any of this.
Where did you find this? Because
I always find it in the settings. So I went to settings and unlock pro.
Yeah.
So if you go to Nick's episode, you'll find that the amount of in-app purchases he was getting from the settings page was less than 10%. Almost 90% or 80% of his in-app purchases were coming from two places. 63% from the welcome flow, about 25% during the main screen. And I'm going to assume the main screen is this explore page. So have this upgrade to pro in this explore page and definitely in the welcome flow. You don't even have a welcome flow. And Ridwan, the other thing I would say is tell me what I get for these. Like I have no idea what these mean and what I'm getting for either one of this. It seems like it's just a tip. So just a way to say, hey, thanks for building a good app. If that's the case, then fine. But like, I don't know. It feels like I don't know. I don't know why I would do this unless I fell in love with the app.
Yeah, I think I would probably lock some of the card decks. Like if you go to explore, I would lock some of those and make them pro only. Or maybe you could even lock half of the cards per category. So you always have to really unlock it to have everything.
This is cool. So I can say I have this card. And then
here.
Oh, now he's showing me an ad. I don't really like ads, but okay.
In terms of UX, if you click on that icon, this one.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Like I found this list is much nicer to view if you have the brief view compared to clicking on each of the items and then seeing it full screen. So I would do this kind of view as a default.
Yeah, I think so too. I like this view way better than the other ones.
Yeah, people always
I don't know all the characters' name.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I don't know what happens. Like if it's in my collection, do I have to sign up for an account? Is that why? You know, where's my collection? Is it because I don't have an account? Let's see. Go ahead. Send me some emails. Oi. Steve. Okay, there you go. I guess I need an account. So that like I think as we were saving cards, just say like sign up for an account so you can see all that stuff too.
Yeah, I would probably integrate it in the onboarding flow to like first show like 1,000 cards in the app and then like sign up to store them in your account, store your own cards.
See how they're on Instagram. Decent. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think the UX is good, but you can do better on the monetization side of things. If you are going for the tip model and, you know, somebody, I don't know if this is the person that developed this, but Mudahar, I don't think it was you, but it says remove ads and unlock app icons. I get it, but why are there 3 different things for the same in-app purchase? Maybe it's just like him trying to do it. What I would do is like Marco said, and what we've done with Rudy's app, Rudy's here. So is sort of say remove ads, unlock all categories, and then an all-in-one exclusive one. So $199, you can do like $299 to remove ads, $299 to unlock all these categories, and then the pro version for $499, and that would work better versus what you're currently doing here. Oh, the one thing I would say is if you're trying to go for a tip, one thing that I did see some other app developer do was put a photo of himself in the tip. And so it kind of helps out. I was like, oh, cool. There's a developer. Oh, that's so cool. All right, I'll hook him up. But like, yeah, here, unlock some of these categories. Why give them away for free? I mean, you did all the work in trying to find all these stuff. So even if you locked it under this, so like base, and then you lock some of these, there's a more of a reason for me to actually pay you rather than just doing that.
Yeah, I think many people would really pay for the app because it's really good quality with the cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not locking some of the stuff?
Okay, let's get into. So he's here. Hi, I'm Ridwan. Thanks for the feedback. At the moment, the app has started doing decent. Ads earning around $100 a month and roughly 300 in euros. I think you can do better, Ridwan. Like, I think we double that, like just based off of this feedback.
Yeah, I think if you lock some categories, you can really double the in-app purchase.
I'm spending about €5 daily on Facebook ads. Any feedback on how to scale?
I would first try the changes in the app to see if you can make more in-app purchases. And then if it works out, you can still increase the Facebook ads.
Completely agree. That deserves it. Alex says, hey, Marco, what's your strategy to target students with Facebook ads? Is there a category there already?
So one strategy was to simply do everyone in the age of 13 to 17, because like everybody has to go to school. And then I also try to just let Facebook optimize the demographics, or I even picked some interests like math or science and then put the ages there. But always just setting the ages worked well for me.
When you let Facebook optimize the campaigns, was there like a CPA target that you would give them, or you're just like, give me the best installs?
For this, usually I used the best installs, like the app install campaign.
And then Raul, what happens when you accidentally create 2 AdMob accounts as one got suspended? I created another and now only using the one. I don't know. I don't know anything about AdMob. You know anything about AdMob?
Yeah, I'm using it, but I never had the issue that it was suspended. So I can't really help there. That's awesome. But since one works, it should be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. All right, Marco, this was awesome, man. Congrats. I just want to say, man, it's been awesome to see your growth, to see you finally have facial hair now, really a plus too, that you can finally grow it. And I just want to say congratulations, man, on all the success. When I was thinking about how to put this together and who to reach out to, you and I were texting back and forth anyway. I was like, dude, Marco, you got to come back on because, you're killing in the App Store. And it was your inspiration when you're like, hey, Steve, can we get on a call? I'm happy to pay you for it. Even though I was like, you don't have to pay me. Let's just jump on a call. That's how we did these app audits. And then I started charging for these premium app audits because of our conversation. At the end of it, you said, hey, you should charge for these, Steve. And I was like, all right, Marco, if my good friend Marco tells me to do it, I'm going to do it. And so I did listen to your advice, and we're seeing good people. And I've been able to, talk to some cool people. And at the same time, it's like, I always want to give back, but like, it allows me to sit down for an hour and really go through with somebody and not feel like I'm just giving away all this free content. But thank you, man. So congrats and thank you.
Also, thank you, Steve, for all of that and helping me on my journey. And I hope to see you and all those app entrepreneurs again soon in real, like on a real App Masters retreat in person.
Yeah. Well, thank you for, you've only missed one, and that was Bali, and you like to tell me that. But I can't wait to see you, man.
I missed Bali, but I think otherwise I was at 6 App Masters retreat from you, almost everyone.
Almost every single one. So I love catching up with you all the time and just seeing the progress. And Marco, back in the day, people are just astonished as how much money you're making with such a simple app. And so it's just one of those, after, I think it was a Santa Monica one where it was like just talking about you. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, Marco, like, I can't believe he's making that much money with this app. It's insane.
Like in
So,
the beginning, I had the manual app for the calculator and not even the real thing. So that was crazy that it worked so well.
So if you are a student out there, I know you're just giving back to the community out there because a lot of these people are probably, grown up, but go check out Marco's app. It is called Calculator. Just download it anyways and take a look at what Marco's been able to accomplish. Yeah. How he does the conversion flow, what his pricing page looks like, everything else. I think you can learn a lot from just downloading Marco's app. Marco, if the audience wants to connect with you personally, do you want to send them anywhere else?
You can also add me on Instagram or Facebook. Like on Instagram, just search for my name, Marco Wenisch. Maybe you can write it down somewhere, Steve.
Yeah,
so
I'll link it up in the YouTube description.
Yeah.
And then LinkedIn. I think we've already linked up. If
not, LinkedIn for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Marco, thank you so much, man. November, stay tuned. I'm hoping to do an event in Austin with our friend Louis. He's doing an in-person event in Austin in November. So we're just going to double up and do that like we did before. All right.
Yeah, it was fun to be here and hopefully see you all again.
Yeah, brother. You got to come back. Wow, 13 to 17-year-old paying for subscriptions, the conversion good. Obviously good. He's making money, Alex. So I'm just going to say yes. Mary, really great success story, Marco. Great live. Thank you. Celtic, thank you. And then Mark, thank you. Kalani, thank you. Marco, thank you, man. I'll see you in November. All right, brother. You guys have a great weekend. Stay on, Marco.